crows are delivering a message. So I walked here, all of a sudden there's all these crows. Look at the moon. Interestingly, this year they have finally planted some grass in the field behind my apartment neighborhood. Look at this. The last how many years that I've lived here, do you remember, guys, how horrible it was walking in this pathway? There was no grass. It was just like dried up thorns. So uncomfortable to walk. Look at this. There's beautiful greenery now. I'm so happy. Look at all these flowers. I mean, it's still, my apartment is right behind that black one that's being kind of built right behind it. The unfortunate thing is there's no trees behind, but this makes up for it. So I'm so happy that finally, the crows are talking. Do you even remember last year, even when I was walking my dog? We didn't have this much anything. This is absolutely beautiful. We've got the Armenian version of the poppy flower, which was like not to find in Gyumri. It was like in the 60s and 70s, but they brought it back, they planted it back, and I'm so happy that manifestation worked, because in the winter a few of us were like, let's plant some flowers in the field here, and I'm so happy it's been done. Look at all the crows. You know what's interesting? When I lived in Canada, every place I lived in Canada, there was no crows. All of a sudden, where I would go, crows would flock. I came here to Gyumri, there were no crows. The first week, crows fucking flocking everywhere, and they're still here. Interesting, right? People were saying Armenians are not patriotic, we don't put flags up. Yes, we do. These are Armenian flags. I can finally walk without getting splinters in my feet, because it's finally grass we're walking on. I had made a scene because there were diasporan Armenians and other grants that the locals were receiving in order to restore this area of Gyumri. And I was getting really angry, and I was making a scene, and I was telling people, listen, if you're going to be building these buildings, which you saw in the video, you need to start looking at the neighborhood itself. Wherever there are houses and apartments and buildings, there needs to be trees, plants, and green grass. But before, you hear that grass, it feels amazing. Before, all it was dried up thorns all over this field, no flowers whatsoever. The unfortunate thing, though, is no one actually maintains by cutting anything here. But the fact that it's finally become green with some flowers is a good sign. So I'm very happy about that. Now I can actually walk. That is Mount Aragats. In Gyumri, we don't get the view of Ararat, but we get Aragats.